My beloved child, listen very carefully, for what I speak to you today is no longer a distant echo of a warning foretold, but a reality moving right beside you. The hidden things that once lay beneath the surface are beginning to be revealed. The secret currents are rising in the world, and the veils that covered many things are being pulled down so that you may recognize the hour in which you are living. This earth is groaning beneath the weight of deception, rebellion, and lies adorned with a beautiful appearance. There are things that seem bright, yet within them carry seeds of darkness. There are words that sound humane, yet in truth lead people away from the truth. Because I love you, I call you to awaken. Because I care for you, I remind you to guard even the smallest doors in your life. The enemy does not need a great gate in order to enter. Many times, it waits only for a tiny opening, a quiet compromise, a moment of carelessness, a thought nourished too long, and from there it sows confusion within you. I tell you that the walls you thought were strong will shake if their foundations are not set in me. The places you once called safe will become unstable if my presence does not fill them. You cannot make your own strength into a fortress, nor can you use old habits as shelter for the days ahead. What helped you stand firm in the previous season may not be enough to carry you through this one if you do not return to me in deeper surrender. I alone am your true refuge. I alone am the firm rock beneath your feet. I alone am the covering that no whirlwind can tear apart. When life is built upon what is passing, one storm can cause everything to collapse, but when you place your heart in me, though rain pours down, though winds rise, though waves overflow, you will not be swept away, because I myself keep you standing firm. You do not see all that I see, because your vision is still limited by today, by emotion, by what is happening before your eyes. But I see the traps set in darkness. I see the beautiful but empty promises. I see the hidden exchanges covered with attractive words. I see the clever voices trying to make you believe that softening a little, stepping back a little, compromising a little will not matter. But, my beloved child, darkness usually does not pull you away from me with one great fall at once. It often begins with very small steps. A small compromise can become a habit. A habit can become a chain. A chain can slowly cloud your eyes to the truth. Therefore, I draw near and speak clearly to you so that you will not be enchanted by the outward appearance of things that do not come from me. I know you have prayed many times for protection, have often longed for me to keep you from danger and lead you to a place of peace. I hear you, and I do not take lightly any prayer you offer. But you need to understand that the protection I give does not always come by removing every disturbance from your life. Sometimes I protect you by opening your eyes to see what is hidden beneath the surface. Sometimes I protect you through a holy unease, a gentle but persistent prompting, a quiet bell within your heart that causes you to stop before taking a wrong step. Do not rush to call it needless worry. Do not numb the warning I have placed in you with temporary pleasures. Learn to discern, listen, bring every feeling before me, and you will recognize that there were times when I saved you not through thunder, but through a very quiet reminder. The storm that is rising is not meant to crush you, but to reveal what is truly planted in me. What I have sown will stand firm. What has been built only by human effort for self-reassurance will be shaken away. Therefore, do not grieve too deeply over what I am removing from your hands. Do not try to keep the connections, ambition, habits, and comfort zones that I have repeatedly told you to release. You hurt because you think you are losing something, but I see it as deliverance. You want to keep it because it is familiar, but I know that if it remains, it will draw you away from the purpose I have placed upon your life. This is not the hour to argue with my guidance. This is not the hour to ask for more pleasant signs in order to delay obedience. This is the hour when you must recognize my voice and walk, even if that road leads you out of the place you once depended on. I am calling you down into another depth, where my voice becomes life to you above every voice around you. That depth is not a religious shell, not repeated rituals while your heart remains far away. It is the depth of true attachment, where you no longer live by an orderly appearance, but by surrender in every choice. I am stirring within you an urgency that comfort once dulled. Do you feel that weight? There are times when you can no longer be at ease with the things you once easily accepted. There are times when you no longer feel you belong in places that once made you happy. This is not confusion. This is me awakening you. This is my voice cutting through the noise of the world to call you back to your post of watchfulness. My beloved child, I have preserved you through the days that have passed, not because you were always strong or worthy, but because my mercy still covered you. There were times when you walked very close to the edge without knowing it, but I pulled you back. There were traps that seemed ready to close over you, but I broke them apart. There were lies that almost took root in you, but I used truth to stop them. But now, I am not only calling you to be protected, I am calling you to mature. It is no longer enough for you to live on old prayers, old experiences, or past seasons of grace. Today, I call you to give me your full attention. Be more watchful. Obey more quickly. Cling to me more tightly. Because I am not only the one who saves you from danger, I am the very source of your life. Do not be surprised when you see the world turned upside down, because such days are always full of mixed voices and compromises made attractive so they can be accepted more easily. But what concerns me most is not the chaos out there, but what is happening inside your heart. Are you allowing truth to become your root? Are you placing your safety in me? Are you seeking refuge in money, status, praise, recognition, or the plans you have built for yourself? I say to you that if you lose many things, but still have me, you will still stand firm. But if you have everything and lose unity with me, you will see everything collapse faster than you imagined. True safety is not found in what you hold, but in the one who is holding you. Therefore, open your eyes and recognize how darkness works. It does not always come in a frightening form, many times. It comes through what seems reasonable, pleasant, widely approved, and makes you feel you do not need to be too serious about holiness. It will say that delaying one day does not matter. Compromising a little will not affect anything. Keeping one small dark corner is not dangerous. But I want you to understand that a little leaven can work through the whole dough. A small concession, if nourished over time, will draw your heart away from purity. Be watchful over the small things, because in the inner life, nothing is truly small if it is leading you away from me. You do not need more signs if I have already spoken clearly in your heart. You have known my voice in dark seasons. You have been led by that voice through roads that seemed impossible to cross. So why do you still hesitate today when I call? You do not need the crowd's confirmation. When I show you the way, you do not need everyone's agreement. True faith is not proven when everything is already clear, but when you dare to follow what I have placed in your heart with peace and truth. Remember that those who follow my call often do not have the whole map in their hands. They have only my word, and that word is enough to begin. Therefore, my beloved child, place your hand in mine and walk. Do not be afraid because you cannot yet see the whole road. I am the way, and I do not lead you into ruin. I lead you out of deception, out of compromise, out of comfort zones that are causing your faith to fall asleep. I lead you into life that is wider, purer, and more steadfast. Guard your home. Guard your heart. Guard your words and choices. Rebuild the altar with true surrender. Let my voice rise above every other voice. And when you remain watchful, obedient, and clinging tightly to me, you will not be swept away in the shaking, but will stand firm as one built upon the rock, covered by grace, guided by light, and kept in my love that never changes. My beloved child, I want you to understand that darkness never comes to you in its true form, because if it revealed its poison, you would immediately step back and run to me. It often clothes itself in a garment that seems bright and beautiful, speaks in a voice that sounds reasonable, offers advice that seems wise, and touches precisely the things you desire most. It knows how to turn a good longing into a trap if that longing departs from my will. It knows how to turn a dream into a chain if you begin to love what I give more than you love me. Therefore, I awaken you today, not so that you will live in fear, but so that you will be watchful. Look beneath appearances. Refuse to be lulled by false peace, and learn to discern what is the voice of the Father and what is the whisper that wants to pull you away from the light. Look around and see that the world has often turned sacred values upside down. What once caused human hearts to feel shame is now painted as freedom. What once needed repentance is now called by beautiful names to hide its true nature. People may call lies truth, then regard truth as something offensive. Darkness rarely denies light at the beginning. It only dilutes the light, mixes truth with falsehood, blurs every boundary, until you no longer recognize the pure path I have placed before you. My child, that is why you cannot live by the applause of the crowd, nor use the changing standards of this world to measure what belongs to me. You need my word, my presence, and a heart that trembles before truth and knows how to return whenever it finds itself drifting. There are times when you ask me for ease, but I love you too much to let you sleep peacefully in something that is leading you astray. Therefore, there are moments when I allow your heart to feel restless before a choice, uneasy before an invitation, heavy before a relationship, or without peace before something that looks very good on the outside. You may call that discomfort, but many times it is the warning bell I have placed within you. Do not rush to silence it with busyness, entertainment, or self-reassuring arguments. Bring that feeling into prayer. Sit with me. Ask me what is truly happening. I will not leave you groping forever in the fog if you sincerely seek my guidance. I do not call you to live only by what your eyes see, because sight can easily be deceived by attractive appearances. There are things that look bright, but within them is exhaustion. There are words that sound encouraging, but in truth nourish pride. There are doors that open very wide, but without my peace, they may lead you into confusion. Do not ask only whether something is beautiful, easy, or approved by others. Ask whether it brings you closer to me, whether it makes you purer, whether it nourishes love, obedience, and truth within you. When you place everything under my light, counterfeit things will no longer be able to keep their attractive covering. Darkness does not fear a person who merely knows many holy things by memory, but it trembles before one who truly obeys me. It does not fear outward form, but it fears a heart living in my presence. Therefore, I do not only call you to collect more knowledge, but to enter deeper attachment with me. When you are near me, you will recognize the scent of deception, even when it is covered with false fragrance. When you cling tightly to me, sweet words will not easily pull you off the path. When you let me reign in your heart, subtle schemes will gradually be exposed beneath the light. True wisdom does not make you self-satisfied. It makes you humble and more dependent on me. Therefore, guard your heart above all that you guard. Do not allow resentment to quietly occupy a room within you. Do not allow doubt to build a wall between you and me. Do not allow fear to become the counselor of your decisions. Let my word be the loudest voice within you, louder than the judgment of others, louder than the whisper of the past, louder than the noise of the world. Let your home resound with truth, prayer, forgiveness, and gratitude. When you choose forgiveness instead of keeping bitterness, you are repairing the wall. When you speak words of life instead of complaints, you are changing the atmosphere around you. When you kneel in prayer, you are not weak. You are standing in the highest position of one who knows how to rely on my power. Do not think you lack the strength to keep watch. I do not place you in that position and then abandon you to your own strength. I have given my spirit to lift you when you are tired, guide you when you are confused, and remind you of truth when you are surrounded by false voices. When you do not know how to pray, He still helps you express the deep things that cannot be put into words. When you are exhausted, I do not criticize you, I lift you. When you lose direction, I do not leave, I shine light on the way. You are not alone on the wall. I stand with you, watch with you, fight on your behalf, and strengthen you each day. I call you to be a watchman, not to weigh down your shoulders, but to entrust you with a holy honor. You are placed among your family, among those I have entrusted to you, within the atmosphere of your home, to stand in prayer and watchfulness. That role is not small. A word you declare in faith can sow light into a dark place. One obedient choice from you can open a path of blessing for those who come after. A tear you offer in prayer can become a seed for a harvest you have not yet seen. Do not underestimate quiet faithfulness. Heaven sees what people do not see, and I remember every act of love you do in my name. But my beloved child, the enemy does not necessarily need to make you publicly deny me in order to achieve what it wants. Many times, it only needs to make you delay. It whispers that you should wait a little longer, pray later, change later, forgive later, return later. That delay may seem harmless, but if nourished, it becomes a chain. Many people do not fall into a pit in one leap. They slowly slide downward through days of telling themselves that tomorrow they will return. My child, if I am calling you today, then today is the time to respond. Do not let tomorrow steal the obedience of the present. Neutrality is not as safe a place as you imagine. In matters of light, not choosing is also a choice. Not stepping forward can gradually become standing outside. Not responding to the call can make your heart hard toward my gentleness. I do not measure you by outward form or familiar habits. I look into the hidden place, where you truly love something, desire something, and place your trust somewhere. Your mouth may still speak right words, but if your heart is far from me, outward form will become an empty shell. I do not want you merely to keep a moral appearance. I want you to live in true communion, where my love touches and transforms you from within. Do not let the fire within you grow cold without realizing it. A coal pulled away from the fire may remain red for a while, but if it stays far from the heat too long, it will go out. In the same way, when you grow distant from prayer, worship, my word, and healthy community, at first, you may think you are still fine, but gradually, zeal decreases, sensitivity fades, and longing becomes weak. I do not say this to shame you. I say it to call you back. Ask me to breathe new life into you. Let me rekindle the flame that once burned brightly. Return not out of fear, but out of love, because only love can keep you near for the long journey. Choose me today, right in your present condition. You do not need to wait until you are perfect before drawing near to me. You do not need to arrange everything neatly before surrendering. Come to me while you are still tired. tangled, full of questions, and carrying wounds not yet healed. I do not reject you in that weakness. I will do the part you cannot do. I will untie what you cannot untie. I will heal what you cannot heal by yourself. But you must open the door. I am knocking with mercy, with warning, with promptings within your heart. Do you hear? Open, and I will enter. Stay with you, renew you, and make your home a place where my presence is exalted. When I set you as a watchman, I also give you weapons to stand firm. You do not fight with human strategy, nor do you oppose darkness with your own limited strength. This battle belongs to light and truth, so your weapons must also come from me. Fasten your heart with truth, so you will not be shaken by lies. Put on righteousness, so your heart will be guarded from accusing arrows. Walk in peace, so wherever you go, you leave footprints of light. Take up faith like a shield. For faith does not deny the storm, but declares that I am greater than the storm. Keep your mind in salvation, so poisonous words do not occupy your thoughts. And take my word like a shining sword, dividing truth from falsehood, life from destruction, the straight path from the crooked way. A watchman does not only look for dangers far away, but also cares for every small crack in the wall. An unforgiveness ignored, a bitter word justified, a compromise thought to be small, a habit of neglecting prayer. All these can become entrances for darkness if you do not bring them into the light. Therefore, repair quickly when I remind you. Apologize when needed. Forgive when I open the way. Speak blessing instead of curses. Sow peace instead of suspicion. These small choices are the hidden stones that build the wall around your home. Watchfulness does not mean panicking at every sound. Watchfulness is living in peaceful readiness. A guard does not panic, but he also does not fall asleep. In the same way, keep your heart sensitive to my voice without allowing fear to control you. Persevere, because true strength is not only found in moments of great fire, but in enduring faithfulness. There will be times when you are tired, but keep standing in me. There will be times when you have not yet seen the result, but keep praying. There will be times when you feel nothing, but keep worshiping. This quiet endurance is what makes darkness tremble, because it proves that my love within you is not a temporary flame. You can look to those who went before you and learn this. No one becomes steadfast in a single day. Faithfulness is formed through small things, repeated in love. The one who stands firm before great trials has often learned obedience in small places. The one who keeps faith in a dark cave has often built their life through hidden hours of prayer. The one who rebuilds the wall must persevere with each stone, watching while also doing the portion entrusted to them. So it is with you. Do not wait for a great moment before living faithfully. Be faithful today in your words, in prayer, in forgiveness, in the way you care for your home, and in how you guard the flame I have entrusted to you. Do not be afraid if others do not understand your watchfulness. Some may say you are too serious, too different, too careful. But a watchman does not live to please the crowd. A watchman lives to be faithful to the one who placed him on the wall. Your faithfulness today may be misunderstood, but tomorrow it will become a testimony. Your home will receive the atmosphere you helped build. Those around you will learn not only from what you say, but from how you kneel, how you forgive, how you choose truth, and how you keep peace in the storm. Therefore, my beloved child, stand firm, put on the weapons I give, take hold of my word, keep your lamp burning, do not leave your post because of weariness. Do not let go because you have not yet seen results. Do not let the wall stand empty because of delay. I am with you on the wall. I am your strength when you are weak, your light when you are confused, your refuge when you are exhausted. If I am with you, darkness cannot have the final word. Keep watch in love. Obey in faith. Persevere in hope, and you will see your home become a place where my light dwells. Imagine a weaver sitting before a loom, two outside eyes. The threads stretched across one another may look tangled, every color seeming unrelated, every knot like disorder without design. But in the hands of a skilled weaver, every thread has its place. Every pull contributes to a larger image, and every shade, whether dark or bright, will be woven into the completed tapestry. Your life is the same. There are days when you see only scattered pieces, prayers not yet answered, doors not yet opened, pain not yet healed, hope still hanging in uncertainty. But in my hands, no detail is meaningless. I am connecting what you do not understand, arranging what you cannot yet see, and turning even the dark spaces into depth for the beauty that will be revealed at the right time. My silence is not a sign that I do not care, but often the place where I work more deeply than you expect. You often want me to change circumstances immediately, but I do not only care for what is outside, I also care for what is being formed within you. If I answered everything you asked right away, you might receive the result, but not necessarily receive maturity. Therefore, there are seasons when I let you wait, not to make you weary, but to form patience, trust, surrender, and the ability to love me even while your hands have not yet received what you asked for. These qualities cannot be born in hurry. They are formed in silence, where you learn to stand firm, not because you see the miracle, but because you know I am faithful. You measure time by days and months, by whether something is slow or fast, by what has or has not happened. But I measure all things by purpose. You see delay as loss, while I can use it as preparation. You think silence is emptiness, but I can turn it into a holy room where your heart is made deeper. It is in seasons without answers that you will recognize what truly keeps you near me. Do you love me for who I am, or only for what I give? Do you seek me for my presence, or only for the miracle you expect, when you still cling to me while you do not understand? When you still pray before the door has opened? When you still believe while emotions rise and fall? Faith within you becomes more precious than you can imagine. Remember those who passed through seasons that seemed forgotten. One was in confinement, believing every promise had been buried. Yet, in that very place I was quietly preparing the day of lifting. Another had to hide in a dark cave, fleeing through long years, thinking the anointing had been delayed without end. Yet in that place, they learned tenderness, trust, and the strength to carry great responsibility. Another, even after victory, fell into loneliness and thought he was the only one left. But I showed him that my plan was wider than his feelings. Do you see? Silence is not the end. Many times, it is only a curtain, and behind that curtain, I am still moving with wisdom far beyond your judgment. Do not let silence discourage you. Let it teach you to recognize true faith. True faith does not need every proof to appear immediately before it stands firm. True faith is not based on today's feelings, because feelings can rise and fall like the tide. True faith is based on my nature, my love, and the promise I have placed in your heart. When everything around you seems unmoving, true faith still whispers that I am working. When you cannot see the way, true faith still chooses to step closer to me. When you do not yet have the answer, true faith still knows that the one who keeps you never falls asleep. In silence, I invite you to come closer. not farther away. Use that season to listen for what is deeper than the noise of desire. Let me prune away what is no longer necessary: impatience, the need to control, the fear of being abandoned, and the habit of measuring my love by the speed of my answer. Let unanswered longing become a fire that seeks me more strongly. When you sit in a quiet room and feel as though nothing is happening, believe that I am writing a new chapter. Some chapters are not written with noise, but with tears, perseverance, small prayers, and a faith that continues to shine in the night. You also need to understand that what I am weaving is not only for you. Your waiting today may become light for someone else tomorrow. One day, someone will stand in their own darkness and need to hear that I am still present in silence. Your testimony will become a hand that lifts them. Your faithfulness in a season where you could not see the road will become a marker for those who come after. Therefore, do not see waiting as only your private story. I can use that very season to build a legacy of faith, a stream of hope, and a testimony that the one who takes refuge in me will not be put to shame. And my child, remember this: I am never hurried, but I am also never late. I act according to perfect timing, not according to human haste. Many times, you thought I came late, that the opportunity had passed, that what you loved had died, that the door had closed completely. But I am the one who can redeem time, restore what seemed lost, renew what seemed withered, and open a door where you thought there was only a stone wall. There are things that, if answered early, would only be help, but when revealed in my timing, they become a testimony no one can deny, declaring that I myself have acted. There are dreams you thought were lying still in a dark tomb, hopes you were afraid to mention again because you feared more pain, relationships, opportunities, and desires you thought could never live again. But when I speak, even what was covered in dust can rise. When I call, every stone must move aside. When I open, darkness cannot lock again what I have set free. Delay only makes the miracle clearer, so that when that day comes, you will not mistake it as the result of your strength, your cleverness, or human arrangement. You will know it was my hand. Therefore, learn to trust me even when you do not understand. You do not need to understand everything in order to have peace. You need to know who I am. Delay is not ground where doubt must take root, but a place where surrender can grow. When you release the need to control, my peace will have room to overflow. When you stop trying to force everything according to your own will, you will see that I am holding all things with gentle wisdom. The most precious thing is not only the answer you receive, but me being with you during the waiting. A miracle can change circumstances, but my presence renews you from within.